Next up, I'm going to show you how to solve the ALEKS problem, identify the functional group along with the quantity, and then to highlight any primary, secondary, or tertiary alcohols. So what ALEKS is going to do in this question is it's going to show us a compound. And for part one, it's going to want us to pretty much identify the alcohol containing groups. And then part two is going to want us to highlight any alcohol that is either primary in red, secondary blue, tertiary in green. And then kind of the key rules that I have for this question is simple. Only focus on the group that ALEKS is asking for, such as alcohol, or I should say, yeah, oxygen containing group. And then for part two, for the highlighted portion, count the carbons that the group is attached to, and you'll see what I mean. So we'll start by working part one. What I usually like to do is kind of circle where this says it wants us to focus on the oxygen containing group. So I'll just kind of put that right there, oxygen containing group. So I look at the compound and I'll put like a dash by my oxygens where I see them. So, and then from here, I would just kind of focus on what I have. So I'll take it from the right side first. So I see that I have an oxygen and I look at what it's attached to, and I see it's attached to two R groups, and I know that that is ether. So I could go to my functional group that I have right here. The first row deal with single bonds. So I see that I have a R group, and I see I have it attached to oxygen. So I know that's ether. So right here, I'll go to ether, and I'll just go ahead and kind of tally up and just put one tally right there for it. Next up, I see that I have alcohol. So I have my oxygen right here, and I have it attached onto our group. Come to my single bond chart, and I see alcohol right here. So I'll highlight alcohol here, and I'll put just one tally right there. And I see that I have the same thing right here with this alcohol as well. So I'll put another tally mark there. And next, I'll come over to the left. I'll see what I have here. And so I look and I see that I have a oxygen that is going to be attached on to a double bond oxygen attached onto oxygen and a R group. And I go to my double bonded group, which is the second row right here. I see what matches. And for this case, it's going to be ester. So I have ester right here, and I can just highlight it as such. And then I look at my other oxygens right here, and I'll see what they're attached. They're attached to phosphorus. So this is really not going to count as a functional group. Again, we don't have it in our list over here, but we see these three oxygens with no hydrogen, anything else attached, and they're really only attached onto this phosphorus. So we're going to kind of just X this out and not count it in our overall count. So when we do our count, we got two alcohols. We have one ester and one ether for this question. And next up, we'll go to part two. And so I'll get my red highlighter out, or whatever color I see. And what we have here is in the structure below, we want to highlight the alcohol containing groups. That's what I want y'all to circle, alcohol containing groups. So we see early on in the chart that we only have two alcohols, which we got them right here and right here. And what it's asking us to do is to see pretty much how many carbons that the group is attached to. So I come here, I highlight these alcohol groups, and I'll just count them out. This one is attached to one carbon on this side and two on this side. And then, well, one and one, so that's two. And then this oxygen or alcohol group is attached to one carbon over here and one carbon over here. So it's two. So in this case, I would highlight both those two OHs blue. So that's why I have it blue right here, but I'll just highlight them blue. And that's pretty simple. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some more. So you might get a question where it's going to ask you again to highlight the alcohol containing group. But because you didn't have really any in your questions, such as like this example right here, you really don't have no alcohols, because this right here is this is ester, or no, this is carboxylic acid, but you really don't have no alcohol. It's strictly asking for alcohol. So you'll put no for that one. And then in the case of this one, this is kind of like the similar one where we just saw. So you'll highlight both those blue. And then you might have an instance where you see a primary alcohol. So this is what a primary alcohol will look like. It'll just be attached on, like this is the group, the R group attached on to the OH, and it'll only be attached on to one carbon. So it won't be like on any wedge or dash as we see here where they're attached to like two groups or whatnot. But that's it for this video. If this helped you or your classmates, feel free to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.